All right, it's been about 2 weeks now since I got the bike. Finally got the cast off my arms. I'll be able to do a little bit of work on it at least. Haven't got to ride it yet again. Still sore wrist, but more afraid of it coming down for the wheelie and re-breaking my wrist. So I'm going to give it a couple more weeks before I actually get out there and ride it. I did start it up. The right-hand cylinder is smoking more than the other ones, so that's most likely the oil seal. So I'm going to change that out. Basically, I'm going to make me a little punch list of things I need to do to the bike. And as I do the repairs, I'll of course document them and upload them. So looking it over, the paint looks pretty good from 2 feet away. If you get up on it, of course, you're going to start seeing little things. These, I always used to put little rubber washers underneath them, or plastic washers. Obviously, they've just taken that and screwed it down to the paint, and just the vibration alone will scratch your paint up. A couple little rock chips here and there, but nothing super bad. Again, that's just being super picky. I probably will not repaint this bike until it falls apart. Got a little bit of patina in around the turn signals, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that either. I will check the rear brakes. The adjuster's in a good little bit. Can't tell if you already can see that on the picture or not. Normally that's screwed about halfway further back on the new brakes, so it probably needs some new rear drums. The tailpiece looks pretty good. The little chrome cover that covers it looks good. Still got the reflectors on it. Again, this side of the exhaust is in really excellent shape. Looks like a new chain on there. The chain cover looks like a reproduction, but it looks like the factory one. The sprocket actually looks in good shape. I don't see any missing teeth or any rounding on it or anything like that. The side cover looks in good shape. Factory petcock. Fuel lines, if I remember correctly, these are pretty brittle. These are they feel almost like they're plastic. I've got a pingle that I'm deciding whether I'm going to put on there or not. Probably going to keep it factory, but I've got one just in case. When I had it running, I did check the carbs. The carbs are pretty much in sync, maybe off a little bit. I took a heat gun, checked the cylinder heads. They were all within a degree of each other. Same on the pipe, so it's obviously firing excellent. All the temperatures are the same. I've got a new set of spark plugs I'll put in there. I'll do a compression check while I'm in there, make sure the compression's good on all the cylinders. The tank seems to be pretty much, I don't see any blemishes at all on the tank. It's got a little bit of orange peel. If you get super close to it, you can see it, but they did a really good job. It feels like a decal, so they've done the factory decals over top of it, probably reproduction. It doesn't feel like they cleared over top of them. I may have that done. There's a local shop that does tinning, and they also do clear coating, like a clear coat wrap. So I'll probably have the paint wrapped, and that way it'll keep it from getting dinged up any more than it already is. The oil injection system is still intact on the bike. The cables all look good. All my cables are free flowing. I'll probably lube the cables up just to make sure they're not going to get stuck. The boots are all soft around the carburetors. The spark plug wires all look to be in good shape. It does have the lower fork damper on it, which looks to be pretty new. The column fork damper up here seems to tighten and loosen like it should. A little bit of cracking around the boots for the handlebars. That might cause you a little extra vibration because they're hard and dry rot. I'll probably end up changing those out. The instrument panel is pretty much mint. It looks like somebody has painted it with a like a textured paint. I don't remember that being on any of my old bikes, but then again, all my old bikes I bought, I never really paid attention. I don't know if that's a factory paint or someone's just added that to it. Under the seat, it looks pretty much clean as can be. It's got a toolkit in there. Doubt that it's factory toolkit, but very possible. Most likely it's just a reproduction, or it's just got a bunch of miscellaneous tools in there. The seat pan itself looks to be immaculate, so it's either replaced or someone took really good care of it. There's a lithium battery. I'm not going to pull the side covers off today, but there is a lithium battery in there, so someone spent some money and bought a nice lithium for it. So the blinkers and everything should work really good on it. Electronically, key on, signals working properly, red signal works properly. If I remember correctly, this has to be running to get the headlight on, so of course I'm not going to start right this second. Nope, just the switch has to be on. So switch is on, so high beam works, low beam works. The indicator light works on the top, so I'm happy with that. Tail light is on and lit up. Brake light works. I'll probably add a flasher unit to that. The only other thing I noticed that I'll probably change right away is the turn signal seems, or the tail light seems to be a little bit loose and wobbly. There's a bolt right up in there, hard to see with the lighting. I don't know if he's just missing a washer or if there's a rubber grommet up in there, probably keep it from vibrating, but I'll be fixing that too. Tire, outside wear looks good, but there's dry rotting on the inside, so I'll be changing the tires too. I'll probably, they've put tubeless tires on here, which is good because I hate tube tires. The spokes seem to be all in good shape. Seems like it's been re-spoked not too long ago. Chrome's in good shape on the wheels themselves. Front tire had the same issues. The tire itself looks good tread-wise, but definitely some dry rotting. And the DOT number on it looks like the tire is probably about 10 years old from the number on it. So I'll definitely be changing the tires out on it too. Front brakes, as you can see, the calipers or the rotor itself is pretty grooved up. I'm not sure how the pads are. I'll pull the brakes off, of course, before I take it out and run it too much. Make sure the pads are good. And I'm going to look and see if there's an aftermarket brake kit for it. The last couple I actually had caliper mounts made, and I actually mounted a right hand disc to the front of it also, so I had dual front brakes. The braking on this thing is terrible as far as the back brakes go, because you have a drum brake back there. And once you do some high-speed stopping, this thing will basically glaze over the brakes, and the back brakes are pretty much worthless. So you're pretty much stopping with downshifting and your front brakes. I've got a couple more pieces coming in, so hopefully by next week. I'm missing the small gasket that goes over the oil pump cover. I've already got the case cover. I've got the engine oil seal, new spark plugs. A few more pieces coming in the mail once I get those here. Hopefully by next weekend we'll be tearing the case off of it, changing the oil seal, probably do spark plugs, clean them up. One last thing I did notice is that there's nothing under the bike, which is phenomenal for these, at least from my experience. Every other bike I've had to keep a piece of cardboard under it. Even after it runs for a while, the carbs always seem to keep on dripping. So apparently, as of right now, there's nothing leaking. There's no oil leaks. There's no carb issues. There's no vacuum issues. There's no float stuck up on the carbs, keeping them dropping. So overall, again, extremely happy with this purchase, and can't wait till this wrist heals up the rest of the way so I can get out there and take it for a ride. One last thing I did notice, if you can see down in there, sort of get my light down in there, the tank does have a little bit of rust in it, but it's not super bad. I've seen some that's just had big chunks of stuff in there. I'm not sure that I'm going to coat the inside of the tank, but I probably will take it off of there and clean it out. Just want to thank everybody for watching. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification tab. And as I'm doing some modifications and updates on this, I will post them and let you know. Please let me know what you think in the comments below.